Hi everyone, Amit Sodhi here. This video comes to you today as part of a series I've been writing about health and how I've been losing weight and trying to get more energized. And so I've written an article on my blog and I thought I'd record the video to accompany it for anyone who doesn't have time to read the article. Thought this would come in handy. For anyone who's been keeping up with my Facebook page or profile knows that I've been working hard and I've lost about 30 pounds and I've kept it off now. And I plan to obviously lose even more, another 20 pounds and possibly another 25 after that, but one stage at a time I'll get there. And so I wanted to share with you some of the secrets. Oh, I say secrets, but they're not really secrets, but just the things I've been doing to share with you, the little techniques and tips that have really helped me make a difference in my own life as well. And hopefully these things are differences which will kind of last a lifetime. Now, before I get to all of that stuff, just need to mention a couple of things which are really important, which is that whenever you do something like this, don't barrel in too heavy at first, because what happens is that if you give too much energy towards it, you can burn out. So what happens is people start off really good, and then as time passes by, they kind of ease off, and then it kind of goes on that kind of tangent where they let it slide, and then it just doesn't go as well. So instead of doing that, why not start off slowly and then build up that tangent and go that way in that direction instead, and start doing a little bit more as you go along. So that's a really important part of this process. The second thing as well is that I don't believe in fad diets. Fad diets are wrong and they're bad. It's quite simple. I may get chastised for saying that, but it's true. I think my version of a diet is something you can sustain for life. If it's a diet which you can only do for 3 months, 6 months, don't do it. If it's something which you can sustain for life, then it's fine. It's all right in my book. So without further ado, for anyone who knows me and has been keeping up with my blog and all of this kind of stuff, in basically October, November, I had my weight had ballooned again a little bit, and I'd gone up to about 300 pounds almost. So I thought, let me start with this intermittent fasting again. So I started off slowly, and I did that for about 3 months, and I lost about 15 pounds over that course of time, the 3 months. For anyone who doesn't know, by the way, intermittent fasting is basically a process of where, for a certain number of days a week, you might have a reduced calorie diet. So in the other days, you just eat whatever you want. So what I did was for 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Fridays, I would just have about 600 calories. I'd have a small lunch and a small dinner, or just one meal to tide me over for that period. And that meant that during the period before and period after, my body would have that rest. Your cells get a chance to kind of rejuvenate your body, and it can obviously then also help with ketosis, putting your body into fat burning mode, and so you end up burning more fat. So I did that from November, at the beginning of November I started, and for 2 days a week, I was just doing that intermittent fasting process. So just 2 days, reduced calorie. Then the other 5 days, I was just eating whatever I wanted. Normal diet, completely normal. And I was still eating lots of bad stuff as well, crisps, drinks, etc. And over that period, I lost about 15 pounds. So it did really well. But in February, I decided I wanted to take things to another level. So in February, I gave up sugar for the whole 28 days. So I stopped the fasting, but I gave up the sugar. And basically, it was any kind of refined sugar. So we're talking sugar in coffee, crisps, chocolates, snacky foods, anything like that I'd cut out. I still ate breads, pasta, fruit. That's fine. For me, in my book, that's fine. But any of the refined stuff that's added to, especially sugary drinks are the worst possible thing. So I quit that, took out the chocolate, the crisps, all of that kind of stuff. And it was a big challenge. It was really tough for someone who's grown up literally on sugar. It's quite tough. But I did that and I lost about another 7 pounds. And I kept that up as well since then. It's now end of May and I've lost another about 7 pounds on top of that. So in total, with the fasting and the quitting sugar, I've lost almost 30 pounds basically. And so that's what I did food-wise. But my next stage now is that I want to lose another 20 pounds or so. So what I've done is I've combined the intermittent fasting and I'm still not having sugar. But the one thing I will say is that I do have one day on the weekend where I binge. I can just have whatever I want. If I want 10 chocolate bars and 10 ice creams or whatever, I just have whatever I want and not worry about it. Just one day a week though. And I just have whatever I want. And I actually don't go too crazy even on that one day. I just have a few things. Maybe I feel like having a chocolate bar sometimes, so I'll have it. Or, a nice big soya mocha. Anything like that. I just have it without, completely guilt-free. Don't worry about it. I just do it. So that's been that phase, the food phase. The next stage for me now has been the kind of upping of the exercise. So I'll just quickly update you on what I've been doing there. So if anyone knows me well, I do play badminton quite competitively and aggressively. I don't play like social level. I play more competitive level, league badminton and so forth. And so it's a good form of exercise. It's quite good for fat burning. So what I've also done though, I've started playing a bit more singles now. Now my body's a bit more ready for it. I've started upping my level of exercise a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. Again, you don't want to overdo it, because what might happen is your body might burn out, you get tired, and then you need to take a break, and then the weight might come on again and stuff. So again, same principle with the exercise. If I can't sustain it for life, I try and avoid doing it. So what I've added in now though is something called HIIT, or high intensity interval training. So again, if this is new to you, basically the concept is very simple. Do a short burst of exercise, about 3 minutes, 5 minutes, something along those lines, maybe even slightly less, maybe slightly more. And what you do is you do an intense burst for about 20-30 seconds, then you do a very slow period, and then you do an intense period. So my example is I do skipping. I'm an accomplished skipper. I love skipping. I can skip like a boxer. So for 20-30 seconds, I'll go all out, skip like crazy. Then I do a very slow one, let myself recover. Then I go really fast again, and I do that for about 2-3 minutes. And then you can do this on anything, by the way. If you're at a gym and you want to do it on a bike or something like that, on the exercise built bike or stair machine, you can do that as well. It doesn't really have to be anything specific, just something you enjoy doing. So that's the thing I've added in as well to my regime. So I'm doing a lot more of that. And then the last thing as well, which I think is really important, is being very disciplined with the amount that I walk. I've got a little pedometer app on my phone, and I make sure I do that 10,000 steps a day. The government recommendations is 10,000 steps, and I kind of agree with that, but I think you shouldn't just leave it there. You should try and up it a little bit as well. Maybe get it to 12 to 15,000. So I'm at 10, I get 10 regularly, sometimes 11, sometimes 12. And I think people underestimate how powerful for the body walking is. It's so crucial to do that 10,000 steps and keep your body healthy, keeps your back healthy, keeps your legs healthy. So monitor it, get a little app, free app on your phone. Make sure you're hitting your 10,000 steps every single day. It's so important, just a very simple thing. So do that kind of almost religiously, make sure I hit that 10,000 steps. If I don't, I'll go for a walk and just make sure I hit it. So that's been my journey up until now, what I've been doing. And so from here on now till for the next 20 pounds, should I say, I've integrated those 4 elements. So the intermittent fasting, no sugar, continuing to play sport, the high interval training, and of course as well the walking, but that I think that should just be part of your lifestyle anyway. So that's what I've been doing, and I'm going to continue to do it and continue to update you on my progress, and hopefully tell you in 6 to 8 weeks time that I've lost another, hopefully let's say even 10 pounds. I'd be over the moon. That'd be wonderful to be at that stage. So the things that I wanted to say though, most importantly, was that do not dive in head first, because sometimes you just can burn out. So take it slowly at first and build up to it. Do a tangent that way. Don't go that way and then slide down. Go that way. Start slowly and build up, and so you don't burn out. The next couple of important things, like I said, don't do fad dieting. It doesn't work. You're just going to get into that horrible cycle where you'll lose loads of weight, but then as soon as it starts creeping up, you might overcompensate by eating more to make yourself feel good, which is no good. And lastly, most important thing is enjoy the process. Find things you enjoy doing and do it. I love badminton. That's one of my favorite sports in the world. What do you enjoy doing? Do you enjoy tennis? Do you enjoy just being at the gym? Maybe one of the people who enjoys pounding the treadmill. Whatever it might be, it's all good as long as you enjoy it and enjoy the whole process, and find a blanket that kind of works for you for your entire life. So it's not just something you do for 6 months, but it fits into your lifestyle, that you can do it for the rest of your life. You don't have to think about it. You become unconsciously competent, as they say in NLP. You do it without thinking about it. I'm at that stage now with my diet, with the no sugar thing. I don't have to think about not eating sugar. I just avoid it now more without even thinking about it. I don't have to. I don't. You expend that mental energy thinking now I have to avoid sugar. I just do it now. So I wanted to share this information with you, and I hope it's kind of been helpful. And I just want you to know that you can do it. Seriously, if I can do it, if I can lose 30 pounds and get a bit more muscle and start wearing t-shirts that never used to fit, my favorite Top Gun t-shirt here, then you can do it. Anyone can do it. It's very easy, but it still takes a lot of grafting, to avoid the sugar everywhere. Everywhere you go, see chocolate crisp, whatever. It's tough. It is tough, but stick at it. You can do it. If I can do it, definitely you can do it. And just keep going. And I just want to wish you good luck with your journey. I'm going to keep up the public decorations, and I will update you all again soon. So take care. Good luck.